everybody. Welcome to Relish. I'm Allie. I'm a nutritionist and a yoga teacher, and I'm here to talk to you every week about nutrition topics. This week is all about the lime. We're going to talk about history and background, information, uses. We're going to talk about all the different varieties, the nutrition and health benefits of limes, and then we're going to do a recipe for Jalapeño Lime Slaw. So, lots of things to cover today, and if you're interested in the recipe, I put it in the chat. Hopefully you can see it. Let me know if you can't, and then I'll add it again. But you can find it on relish.com, and it is called Jalapeño Lime Slaw. Also, speaking of the chat, if you have any questions or comments, I love having a conversation during the show. So please put questions and comments in there, and I would love to have a chat. So let's talk lime. I'm going to be sipping on some lime water throughout the show. It's just sparkling water. It's not a gin and tonic. Although that does sound really good. Especially because it's been really nice and sunny here in the Seattle area. So it is perfect weather for gin and tonic and lime. So, okay, so let's get started. The lime, as we all know, is a small green citrus fruit that is grown in warm areas and climates of the world. It is one of several species, and there are lots of different hybrids, which when we talk about all the different kinds of limes, I was very surprised to find out how many different kinds of limes there are. So anyway, there are lots of different varieties and hybrids out there, but they come from the rue, R-U-E family, but they're all typically grown year-round, all around the world in tropical and subtropical areas that are warm. And they have, there are varying origins. People say they come from different places, but most likely they're from Southeast Asia, South Asia, Indonesia, or somewhere around that area. So they say maybe the first wild limes were found in the Indonesian area. But then, of course, they spread throughout the world through trade and migration and all of that kind of a thing. So now you can pretty much find them all around the world, grown in warm places, but eaten in a lot of different places. So the Persian lime is the most common lime that we consume in the United States. And let's see. Then also, there is the key lime, or Mexican lime, which is the second most popular version of lime that we consume in the United States. And we're going to go into a lot more detail about them and the other varieties. So just as a little starter, those are the two most common, Persian and key lime. And we'll talk about the differences between the two. Back in the 19th century, British sailors were experiencing scurvy, and so they discovered that if they gave them a lemon or lime every day, that would be enough vitamin C for them to prevent scurvy from happening. So I feel like I usually associate lemons with the sailors, but also limes. So it is a good source of vitamin C, which we're going to talk about a little bit later as well. So uses. So many different ways limes are used, especially in the culinary world. So in the Indian cuisine, pickles made with limes and chutneys are very popular. And in South Indian cuisine, it's heavily based on lime, which I did not know that. Having either a lemon pickle or a lime pickle is an integral part of some of the Hindu festivals in southern India. Lime juice is also used a lot for different beverages. There's limeade, which is like lemonade, but made with lime. So lime, sugar, water, ice cubes, delicious. But it's also used as a mixer for a lot of cocktails like margaritas, gin and tonics, gimlets, all kinds of great beverages. And lime juice can come in a lot of different forms. Hey, Marion, thanks for joining the show. Welcome. Cheers. So you can get limes, you can juice them yourself, you can buy lime juice bottled, you can buy lime concentrate, which is a lot of times, if you buy it frozen, it usually has the sugar added to it already. But you can also buy it dried, which is interesting. We'll talk about that in a moment. Or canned, which I did not know you could buy canned lime juice, but apparently you can. I wanna find out more about that. So dried limes, also called black lime or lumi, are used in flavoring Persian cuisine and Iraqi cuisine. Cheers! And it's also in the Middle Eastern spice blend called Baharat. There's dried lime in it, which that is pretty cool. Lime oil, which they extract it from the peel, is also a product of limes. And it is used, it has a lot of different uses. So it's an essential oil, so you can put it in diffusers and for aromatherapy. You can also put it in perfumes and cleaning products. And you can also drink lime essential oil, apparently. I saw that on one of the essential oil websites. Lime is, we love the lime because of the juice, because of the peel, because of the zest. Zest is used a lot in baking, like the key lime pie has zest and it has juice. It's also used in cookies and ice cream and any sort of sweet beverage. But I've also used the lime zest in savory dishes as well. So lots of different uses for the zest. Lime is a common ingredient in Mexican cuisine, Vietnamese cuisine, and Thai cuisine. I found out that there is a soup in the state of Yucatan in Mexico where it's called lime soup, which sounds really delicious. It's kind of like a chicken tortilla soup with lots of veggies, lime juice, but I thought that sounded really good. And it's also used for pickling properties in ceviche, where you take the fish or shrimp and then you kind of cook it with something acidic like lime juice. Also, lime juice is also often found in guacamole recipes. So lots of good lime there. Key lime pie, I know we just mentioned that. That's that's a popular dessert in the United States. And yeah, so that's about it. But I know that there are a lot of other different cuisines I haven't mentioned, but those are kind of the top ones that I found where limes are used. So all the different varieties. I really can't believe how many varieties there are. So there is the Persian lime, which I found out is a hybrid of the key lime and a lemon. And it's the single most widely produced lime globally. And Mexico is the largest producer of the Persian lime. Then there's the key lime or the Mexican lime, which is similar to the Persian lime, but it's smaller. The skin is thinner and it has more juice. Then there's the Kaffir lime. So that's often used, the actual fruit, the lime, and the leaves in different cuisines. It's also called the Margarita lime or the Kaffir lime. I feel like I hear it more the Kaffir lime. And it's used in Southeast Asian cuisine. It's the third most popular lime consumed in the world, and it's one of the earliest citrus fruits consumed in human history. So that's pretty interesting. Then there is the sweet lime, which is less tart than the Persian lime and commonly cultivated in the Mediterranean region. And then there's the Mandarin lime, which is a cross between a lemon and what is it a cross between? Oh, it's also called the Rangpur lime. The Mandarin Lime, the Rangpur lime, is a lemon, mandarin, orange hybrid. So, and it's sweeter, commonly used for marmalade. Then this sounds so fun. It's called the Australian finger limes. So it looks like a lime, shaped more like a finger, and then you break it open and it has these little clear crystalline like balls that look like caviar. So sometimes it's called citrus caviar. Citrus caviar? Yes, citrus caviar. And it's used in champagne, like as a little topper for champagne or a topper for oysters. I don't know if we have that available in the US, but I want to try an Australian lime finger limes. That sounds so interesting. Then there's the Philippine lime, which is a kumquat and a mandarin hybrid. And then there is a limequat, which is a cross between a lime and a kumquat. So that sounds really fun and interesting as well. Lots of different varieties. I had no idea. I knew about the two, but that was it. Now I know a lot more. So that's pretty cool. Let's talk nutrition and health benefits. So I looked up the difference between lemon and lime nutritionally, and they're pretty close. Lemons have a little bit more vitamin C, and lemons are a little bit more acidic. So lime juice has slightly less citric acid than lemon juice. Lime juice has 46 grams per liter, and lemons have 48 grams per liter. So a little bit more citric acid in lemons, but they're both pretty acidic. And limes have twice as much citric acid as grapefruit and 5 times as much citric acid as oranges. Vitamin C is the largest percentage of vitamin found in limes. So raw limes are 88% water, 10% carbohydrate, and less than 1% of protein and fat. So mostly water, a little bit of carbs, and citric acid. What else? So the lime pulp and the lime peel have phytochemicals such as polyphenols and terpenes, which may have some really great health benefits. We're going to talk a little bit more about all the health benefits in limes as we continue the discussion, but those are kind of the top views of the nutrition of limes. So limes, like we said, are a good source of vitamin C. And we know vitamin C is an antioxidant. We know antioxidants are good to battle oxidative damage from the environment, from food, all those free radicals. We like to combat them with our antioxidants. Limes are a great source of that. Vitamin C also helps the body absorb iron better. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we go through some more of the health benefits. And vitamin C also supports the immune system. Vitamin C is important in making collagen, which is part of our skin, and it's needed for skin health and wound healing. And so there have been some studies too where people take vitamin C, and it has definitely shortened the duration of somebody's cold, the severity of colds, if the research subjects took 6 to 8 grams of vitamin C per day. So that's 6,000 to 8,000 milligrams. So that's kind of the thing on vitamin C. We'll talk about that kind of throughout all the other health benefits as well. So limes may also help reduce inflammation. That's due to the antioxidants. So we know that chronic inflammation in the body isn't good. It can lead to different conditions like heart disease. So reducing that risk is always a good thing, especially with foods with lots of antioxidants like limes. So reducing inflammation, and limes can help protect against infection, and it can also speed up the healing process if we are sick. So regularly eating limes or drinking lime water, such as this, may help prevent the common cold. And as we know, vitamin C can help increase the production of white blood cells, which help fight off infection. So that's good. Limes also contain flavonoids, which are phytochemicals that have health benefits such as preventing heart disease and acting as anti-inflammatories. So that's a good thing. Vitamin C may also help lower our blood pressure. And the citric acid in limes may help prevent kidney stones. So I think we discussed this in the lemon episode as well. But they have found that citrus fruits have been shown to help people who get kidney stones. So it can help them, it reduces the ability of kidney stones to form if you have citric acid in your diet, such as from lemons or limes. So it makes it more difficult for kidney stones to form. So that's good information to have. There are lots of, I was doing a lot of research on it, and a lot of different hospitals and kidney clinics and things like that talk about citric acid being helpful. So that's always good. Vitamin C in limes can also, like we said, increase iron absorption. So iron is important in making red blood cells, help them transport oxygen throughout our body, give us energy, transport all the good nutrients in our bodies. So vitamin C helps us absorb iron, especially if you're eating plant-based iron like in kale and spinach and things like that. Things that have iron in them, if we have vitamin C with it, the absorption is much better. We have better resources of iron in our body. And limes may also help promote healthy skin, like we were talking about before. It helps make collagen, which keeps our skin firm and strong and elastic. The antioxidants in vitamin C can also help combat all of the oxidative stress from UV rays and the sun that could cause premature aging. So the vitamin C and antioxidants are good for our skin. And limes may also help prevent heart disease. They have found in some studies that vitamin C could help protect against atherosclerosis, which is the hardening and narrowing of arteries and makes it harder for the blood to flow. So preventing that is a very good thing. So yeah, that's kind of the info on the health benefits. So can we eat unlimited limes? Well, they say, or are there risks in consuming or handling limes? So just a few. So basically, they're considered safe to eat, of course. They're in so many different cuisines, and drinking lime water is also good and refreshing. But some of the drawbacks, I guess, would be like if you have a cut on your finger or on your mouth, and you consume limes, it could hurt because of the acid. So just being aware of that. And then there's also a condition called Phytophotodermatitis, also known as Margarita Photodermatitis. So bartenders can get this sometimes if they're handling a lot of limes and lime juice. So if the lime peel or the lime juice touches your skin, particularly your hands, because that's how you're handling the limes, and then you're exposed to UV rays. So if you're making margaritas in the sun a lot, you could get this condition where your fingers get really itchy, maybe some blisters. So that is just something that could happen. I remember now talking to somebody that was a bartender and that happened to them. I thought that was so interesting. So I guess wearing gloves could help. And if you're prone to heartburn, consuming a lot of limes could maybe make that worse, but that's something to keep in mind. And that's pretty much it. It could, it could hurt the enamel on your teeth if you're consuming a lot of straight limes all the time. Lime water should probably be okay. Putting it in your food, fine. But anyway, generally considered safe to eat. Those are just some of the small drawbacks. So that's kind of the information on limes. Let's make some Jalapeno Lime Slaw. I've got all the ingredients ready behind us here, and you can find the recipe down in the chat. Also, if you want to look it up on Relish, it's called Jalapeno Lime Slaw. Okay, let's make some slaw. And this could be really good by itself, with tacos on the side of, my husband, Rafael, was saying he thought that sounded really good if we had steak alongside it. So lots of options with this slaw. Okay, let's move this chair over. Okay, so we start off, it says 4 cups of finely shredded green cabbage. So I cut up a big cabbage and we're going to shred it together. Okay, so I cut it into small chunks that I'm going to put in the food processor. I thought we could do this part together because I just think it's so satisfying to watch it get chopped in the food processor. Okay, this one is a little bit too big. Okay, there we go. All right, and pulse. We'll do another one. And there we go. And another one. Almost finished. Almost finished. 2 more. And this is just such a nice, fresh way to do it. You can also buy the pre-shredded kind too. That totally works. That is a time saver and a dish saver as well. Okay, so there we go. There's a lot of the cabbage in the top there. Okay, I'm going to show you how nicely this got shredded in the food processor. Okay. Doesn't that look nice? It almost looks like cheese. Okay. Next is 1 tablespoon of salt plus more to taste. Wow, that sounds good. That sounds like a lot. Okay. I see. Okay, so I'm just gonna make it quickly as is, but we're supposed to put the salt on the cabbage, let the water drain, and then move forward, but we'll just move forward with this. Okay. Combine the lime juice, oil, pepper, and cilantro. Okay, we're just gonna squeeze that onto here. So I'm gonna put the jalapeno. This is a spicy jalapeno. I cut it earlier and took the seeds out, and then I touched my nose, and then I realized, oh boy, that is a spicy, spicy jalapeno. So I don't think that we're gonna use the whole thing. We'll just use maybe half. And then we can always add more. Always add more. Okay. So I'm just chopping it. I think, oh yeah, you can see. You can see on the camera that I'm chopping it pretty finely. And we'll do a little bit more chop, just like so. Okay, and then I'm going to put that in with the cabbage. Okay. And next is cilantro. 2 tablespoons of fresh cilantro. We talked about cilantro on last week's episode, so if you missed that episode, I will be posting about it. I'll be posting the link on my website, alliescirclewellness.com, which will take you to all of the episodes of Relished. Okay, so we have 2 tablespoons of fresh cilantro, jalapeno, and peanut oil and lime juice. And that's it. That is it. And then probably I'll sprinkle a little bit of salt on it at the end. Okay, so got the trusty juicer here. Lemon and lime juicer. So we're going to squeeze that onto the slaw. I thought it was interesting that the recipe uses peanut oil. I don't usually cook with that, but I got some because I thought maybe that'll add a little bit of a different flavor. Okay, and so I'm juicing 4 lime halves, 2 whole limes. Okay, And then 2 tablespoons peanut oil, 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and some salt. All right, we will find out if we want more salt than that, but that looks really good. I really like the cilantro addition because it just adds a nice green to it. And you know, I think like all slaws, let it sit an hour or so. If you can't, if you have the time, if you don't, that's fine too. Maybe tomorrow it'll taste even better. Smells so good. So fresh, the lime. All right, this is it. That's simple, simple, simple. Really nice meal to have, or addition to a meal for the summer, especially on these nice warm days. And that's it. That's it, everybody. So, limes. Limes are the way to go. Great source of vitamin C. The most common lime that we consume in the US is the Persian lime. Second most popular is the key lime or the Mexican lime. Mexico is the largest producer of the Persian lime, and I think the key lime and Mexican lime as well. So many good things about limes: the vitamin C, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, good for our heart, helps us absorb iron better, helps prevent heart disease, may help prevent heart disease, may help promote healthy skin because of the vitamin C, helps with collagen, lots of good things, helps with our immune system, helps reduce the risk of getting a cold, or if you do get a cold, it helps shorten the duration if you take vitamin C. So that's it. That's it. Limes are delicious. Have some lime water. I will have a sip right now. And speaking of limes and beverages, if you haven't gotten my book, the smoothie book, well, here we go. It's called The Smoothie Book. I just wrote it. It has 100 smoothie recipes in it. Check it out on my website. I'm going to put my website on here. Hopefully everybody can see this. Okay, AllieShercliffeWellness.com. There we go. Let me know if you can see it, or if you can't see it. Also, you can go to my Instagram. I'll put that on here. And then that has a link for my website as well, Allie Shercliffe. And on my website, I always put all the recipes that I do on Relish, pictures, the recipe, a little review of the show, and then a link to the show, the actual show, onto YouTube. So lots of options to watch the show again, get the recipes, tell me what you think. Check it out. Have some lime water. Use some limes in your food tonight. All right. Thank you all for joining. I always love having you here. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you next time.